Today I'll be talking about the Aztec writing systems. I wanted to just go down the list on what we're going to talk about today. Starting with the introduction, I'm going to state my thesis and explain what we're talking about exactly. We're going to go look at the Mendoza Codex and some figures that would help you understand what they looked like and what they were using. And then we're going to go with the hieroglyphics, and I'm going to show you pictures as I'm speaking about it. And then we're going to talk about the Aztec influenced words. So there's going to be different words that we're going to go over that the Aztec had some type of influence, for example, like chocolate. And then lastly, we're going to go into the conclusion. Words like tomato and tamale are a reflection of the influence the Aztec had on our writing and linguistics. My thesis is the Aztec had one of the most influential writing systems in Mesoamerican history. From the fascinating hieroglyphics to the codex, the Aztec had developed a complex system that I have further investigated. There are many different codices. The one we're talking about is going to be the Mendoza Codex. There were over 500 different codices in history, but the Spanish destroyed most of them as they wanted to pursue and push Christianity on the Aztec civilization. The Mendoza Codex. Different codices have been discovered, but the Codex Mendoza was the most fascinating, with 71 folios of Spanish paper in around 1540. Mendoza's account is significant because he was able to record Aztec life while the last pre-conquest individuals were still around. Depicted is the founding of Tenochtitlan and the conquest of Colacan and Tenucan. Mendoza Codex continued. The second part of the codex is a record of a tribute to Tenochtitlan prior to European conquests. Depicted is the list of tribute towns that were required to pay the Aztec Empire. It is important to note that textiles were important in the culture and it was used as currency. As the picture on the right depicts, you can see different types of textiles that was found in the culture and what the Mendoza conquest found. About the hieroglyphics found in the Aztec culture. In the Codex Mendoza, there is a figure that shows how an Aztec scribe wrote the town of Cotlatan, place of snakes. Culot being snake and Tlan being teeth in the Nahuatl language. It was depicted with a snake with dentures. Above, next to the hieroglyphics title, would be the head of a turkey. Totlan being female turkey, and Apan being water. Depiction would be the turkey head floating in a tub of water. On the right is an example of what the hieroglyphics would have looked like. Hieroglyphics continued. The Aztec had a multilingual audience, so using hieroglyphics was the most appropriate form of speech. One of the most commonly used languages, as we talked about before, is Nahuatl. Aztec influence words. The first one we will be going over is chocolate. Chocolate was derived from Zoglecto. Interesting enough, avocado was derived from a word named after testicle. It was later changed to avocado to be more appealing. Chili and chipotle are going to be done at the same time. Chili was combined with pocle, which means smoke or something smoked. Coyote is derived from coyote, which is considered trickster by various Native American cultures. Reflecting back on my thesis being the Aztec had one of the most influential writing systems in Mesoamerican history. From the fascinating hieroglyphics to the codex, the Aztec have developed a complex system that we still see today. The Aztec had one of the most influential writing systems in Mesoamerican history. The fascinating hieroglyphics and the codex, the Aztec have developed a complex system. This system has reflected some of the words we use today as we reflected in the last slide. It is important to note that Nahuatl was spoken in central Mexico during the late post-classic period of Mesoamerican history. Nahuatl has been spoken in central Mexico since at least the late 7th century AD. It was dominated for a while, but as we talked about earlier, the Aztec had multiple linguistic ways of communicating, so hieroglyphics or glyphs or pictographs was the best method of communicating between the cultures. Nahuatl is not spoken currently, as we do have influenced words. Not many people are taught Nahuatl. This concludes my PowerPoint presentation. Thank you.